Millie's going to work on crating on cue today. So we do crate training all throughout when the puppies are here for naps and when they go to sleep at night. When we do that, though, we take them in and out of the crate. For crating on cue, I want the puppies to start learning how to go in the crate when I say the word and point to it. Good. So I'm going to show you some easy games to do when Millie comes home to encourage a positive association with the crate. Good, Millie. There's another one. Good girl. Okay. So I'm going to say okay, give her a hand signal. Yes, and she gets rewarded for coming out, because then we're going to also teach how to come out of the crate politely. Okay. Yes. Good. But what I want is to start building value, yes, in going in the crate. That's why I'm going to do a couple. And I do it here in the back so that they really commit to going in. Okay. Yes. But we get the most treats when we go in the crate. Good. Now I'm going to start adding the word to it here in a moment. Okay. Yes. Millie, crate. Yes. Okay. Yes. Millie, crate. Yes. Okay. I'll do a couple more. Crate. Yes. Oh, I dropped one there. Okay. Yes. Crate. Good. Good. And you can feed meals in the crate as well to build that positive association with it. Okay. Out here now. You got it? Yes. Good girl. All right. Millie, crate. Yes. Good girl. So that's beautiful. I'm going to give her a handful there, and I'm going to close the door and wait here. So door manners when they're coming out of the crate. I just don't want them to try to bum rush me. I don't want them pawing at it. I just want them to sit or down, and then they can come out when I say okay and give that hand signal. Good. So I'm feeding her for sitting right there. That was really nice. Good, Millie. Good. So I'm going to open the door, and if she goes to rush out, I'll say no, and I'll close the door. Good. It fell right there. Good girl. Wait for her to relax again. Good. So she offered that sit. You can't even do one up here. Good. Wait. Nope. Good. She sat back down. That was really nice. You keep your paw, though. I don't need your paw. There we go. Good. There we go. Wait. Wait till she relaxes, comes off of that. Yeah, I knew that frustration was coming, so that's fine. I'm going to let her work through it for a minute. Yes. Good. Nice down there. Okay. Yes, that was good. So that's why I like the down, is then when they're in the down, they don't pop up and run out. But that was perfect. I wanted good manners. Millie, great. Yes, good girl. And I close again. Yeah, you want to go for my hands. You're so mouthy. Yeah, you're a little mouthy. Normal for the Bernedoodles. They typically are a little bit more mouthy, coming from the Bernese side of things. Good. I'm going to wait for her to down since she did that so nicely last time. Good. I tell her good. I can reward there. And then I'm going to open. Okay. Yes, beautiful, Millie. Very nice. Good girl. Great. Yes. Good. Give her a whole jackpot for doing that one. We're going to do one more, and that'll be it. It's really nice. She settles in the crate pretty quickly, usually within about 5 minutes. So she has not had any issues with the crate training so far. Again, we're just trying to work on crating on cue. Wait for her to down here. Good girl. And you'll notice I'm not really saying anything to her, doing anything. I'm just waiting. Yes. I want her to see me opening the door. Okay. Yes, good girl. Nice job, Millie. That'll be it for today. But just so you have an idea of what the crating on cue looks like and how you can work on home. Good job, Millie. Good job.